Always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot, woot. Hi, everyone. This is Julie from Patchworks, and I am so excited that you're joining us for another Must Sew TV tonight here at Patchworks. It is Thursday, March 6th, 2025, and we have some amazing fabrics to show you. We have this really cool quilt behind us. We're going to take a sneak peek at the block of the month that we're going to be doing a little bit later this year and answering all of your questions about, well, who knows what. So I have Kate here in the studio with me tonight. The studio, the shop, but we'll call it the studio. And let us know that you're here. Let us know you can hear us. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I'm so happy that you are here with us on another Thursday evening. Yay, we have people from Florida and all sorts of fun things, and a bunch of people from southeastern Wisconsin as well. So, and thank you so much. Yes, I changed out my shirt. I think I have been kind of wearing the same shirt for a while. I don't wear it all the time. It's just like my video shirt. So I need more video clothes. I almost stole Lisa's sweater today because it matches some of the fabric that we're looking at. So, before we talk about some of the new arrivals, I want to talk about this amazing quilt behind me. So this amazing quilt behind us is a 50 Years of Moda contest entry from Angie of Big Bear Quilting. So this is our Angie, the one who does all of the long arm quilting here on site. And this is an original design, which I asked her about, and I said, is there going to be a pattern for this? And she said, absolutely. So I think it's really fun. This is her logo that she did in the 50 Years of Moda fabrics. And this is that unique collection where 4 different fabrics were printed on the width of fabric, and then she combined it with a background. And the other thing that's really unique about it that is kind of hard to see from far away is that she used all of her scraps for a scrappy binding. And then each of these cornerstones is different. So really fun, simple block, but you know what? I think it's elegant and interesting and fun. And after that pattern's together, I'll have her share some information about some tips and tricks on how to put it together. So I kind of lost track. Did anyone else from our group enter in to the into the 50 Years of Moda challenge? I know we kept talking about it, but I had not heard that anyone else was entering. So let me know if you have entered, because we want to make sure that we can do a shout out to you and feature your work as well. If you think that fabric combination is really awesome, we do have some bundles and yardage available still of the My Favorite Colors Moda. And this really is just great. And you can see how, you know, I always say Moda goes with Moda, that you can just mix everything together. And I love how all of the colors, whether it's a traditional or contemporary design, how it just all plays together. So, super, super fun. Excellent. So we'll just admire that through this show because it's just so awesome. And now it's time to talk about some fabric. What do you think? Yeah, let's talk about some fabric. So we are going to talk about our bundle of the week. Woo, bundle of the week. So our bundle of the week is, I called it the Gingerbread Expansion Pack. So we're going to be looking at Be Garden, which is the latest collection from Gingerbread. And we chose to use some of the gingerbread fabric that we still had, or that we had in the back room, and added it to some other things that played with it. So this one and this one and this one and this one and this one are gingerbread. Okay, So isn't that a fun, eclectic group? And see, I kind of match the shirt. I kind of match the pack-ish, kind of, sort of. It's not quite the right tone, but that's what I was actually going for in my wardrobe selection today for my, vast video wardrobe that I have. So this is a really fun bundle. I know a couple people already scooped them up. I haven't checked to see what our quantity is remaining, but our bundle of the week is 12 fabulous fat quarters at a bargain price, and this bargain price is $24.99. Quantities are extremely limited, so if this is your jam, you want to pick it up. So now, why did I choose this? I'm just going to hop right into the collection that we did, and I'm going to show you overhead here how this really plays together, okay? So we're going to take a little bit more in-depth look at Bee in the Garden, but you can see how this really just plays together, okay? So Kate is going to grab that away a little bit, and then we are going to check out these amazing fabrics, okay? So we're going to take a peek at our Bee Summer by Gingerbur, okay? And the Bee Summer by Gingerbur is this right here. Oh, and I love how Lori says you should always match your outfit to the bundle of the week. You know what? That's really fun and funny because I actually historically, I haven't for a few years, but I used to always try to, when I had programs in store, try to match the fabric. And it can be trickier. And I have some very interesting, weird orphaned clothes in my closet because I've matched fabric for a thing, So, pollinators. Who doesn't love pollinators? There's a titch of metallic in here. And there's also some great florals. Look at these daffodils. These are daffodils, right? And then we have some beautiful flowers with butterflies dancing around, some honeycomb. Like this, I love this fabric, okay? I try not to sway you by telling you like what fabrics I like or don't like or whatever, but I love this fabric. And so I think that there is like some William Morris qualities to the design of this. You can see here how you have that symmetrical thing going on, that fine line drawing style, and nature. So that would be sort of in the school of William Morris design. Going some beautiful colors here. And you have this nice pink, little bee dancing around. This would be great for either, some nice home dec items. Oh, I love this neutral. One colorway is just better than the next. This also would be really delicate and very on trend for a nursery. Oh, look at that color combination. I love it. That's so elegant. So elegant. Let's see, am I going to run off the screen here? Probably. Beautiful, elegant, sort of, it almost looks like some of our Asian-inspired quilt prints that we used to have back in the day. Oh, my goodness. One is just better than the next. I just haven't had a chance to play with these yet. So beautiful. And you can see that there's bees in the selvage here, which is really, really cool. And it's by Gingerbur. So super, super awesome. Let me get the link to the collection for you. It's the first one on the page because, well, it's the last one I added and it's super awesome. There are 28 prints in this particular Fat Quarter Tower in the collection, plus 2 panels, and I'll show you those in a moment. So the Fat Quarter collection is $98, And we do also offer this in a half-yard tower. Okay, we have a half-yard tower that is $196. And if you needed like a yard tower of the whole thing, or if there's a project that you saw that you would like kitted, we would be more than happy to add that for you. Let's take a peek at the panels before we go any further. And we're not going to quite move away the fabric yet because we have some salads that we're going to show with it. But Kate is going to come out here and she's going to help me. She didn't know this. She didn't know she was going to be a star today. You matched. Your shirt matches. Yeah, we planned this. We totally planned this. So, okay, so we have two versions of this panel. We have one with a dark background and one with a light background, okay? It is a 36-inch wide panel. And why don't you go first? Come towards me. A little bit farther. And then back up. Higher. Ooh. Ah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then we also have it in okay. Oh, wait. You go farther. There you go. Farther yet. All right. Well, you can see how beautiful these are. And they're really nice scale. So these can be the center of a project, and I have a quilt to show you with that. You also could use it where you incorporate it into the back. You could just do a simple quilt, like a panel blast pattern where you frame it up. You could use your Patchworks basic panel worksheet as well to do that. So what patterns do we have to talk about? Well, we have the bee garden quilt, and this is a gingerbread pattern. And I think I have a, let me get you a picture here. I think I have a better picture for an up close that you can see. Is this the one? No, it is not the one. Okay, so this is a pattern that you could use that has the bees. It has that, I have to check on the name of that pattern. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head. This particular one, the one that I have in my hand, we'll take a peek overhead at our camera. And the bee garden quilt, the finished size is 50 by 58. And you have hexagons here, so honeycombs that you have pieced. And I'm actually not sure how she puts these together. If they are halves, I didn't take a peek at that. If they're inset seams, if they're English paper pieced, if they're half hexies. So that could be super fun. I like the look of it. I think it's pretty slick to have that pieced border. So we have the bee garden quilt in our pattern collection. The other things that you can do with it would be, we're getting this particular pattern. It's a Lazy Girl design pattern that works with the lazy ruler. That one is not in stock yet. We are getting it. And then there's also this one, which is kind of fun, giant bees with beehives. And then a small medallion quilt as well. I think really playing with this panel will be so much fun. And it is a yard panel, so our panel is $12.96 for that. This is a signature collection, and so we went ahead and we put a Moda Bella Solid palette together. We did that a little bit last year, and then we kind of fell off track with that, and some of you had commented that you really miss the Bella Solid coordinates that we had put together. So last week we showed you the Bella Solids that went with the Raspberry Summer, and today I have the Bella Solids that go with this collection. So I'll take a peek and I will share with you what those colors are. I do have it in my product description as well. I didn't show that yet. Kate's trying to keep me all nice and tidy because I'm making a giant mess today. But I need to keep showing you stuff. I'm off track. I don't know. Oh, we need to look overhead. Okay, we have beautiful fabrics here. I'm going to lay them out and then we'll talk about the colors, okay? Ooh, ah, ooh. So, Moda had recommended a few and then we added some. So I'm just going to quick go and check on these to share with you what colors they are. So it is 12 beautiful colors. We have Cameo, Pale Pink, Coral, Betty's Orange, Dijon, Harvest, Clover, Terrain Cactus, Porcelain, Tan, Dovetail, and Raven. And let me pop those into the comments just in case if you were curious or loved one of them together. So it's not formatted particularly in any order, but I just wanted to share those with you so you can just see how nicely these all go together, and it just, oh, it's great. With there being a little bit of a metallic in there, you know, even if you had some black and gold fabrics left from some holiday stitching or ivory and gold or gold on gold, I think that could really work well into here if, you know, unless of course there's like poinsettias or something on there. But I think that could be really, really nice. And I hope you like our pairing with our bundle of the week, because if you're getting Bee Garden, I think you really have to get that expansion pack because they go really, really well together. I was walking around with this panel as I was putting together that bundle of the week. So super, super fun. Whew. I hope you liked it. I'm checking the comments and it seems like everybody thinks it's a fun one. Do we have any questions, Kate? All right. So I will finally let Kate start taking some of these away. We do have pre-cuts with this as well. So the mini here, this, the mini charm, you know, a lot of times the mini charms, we make the grandmother's flower garden or the hexie shape, which would be really, really fun as the honeycomb inspiration. If you don't know how to put those together, you could even just grab the, you could grab one of Sherry and Chelsea's patterns here. We have the pillow panel, but we also have, well, this could be with the 5-inch squares you could put together. This would be really great to make a raspberry summer tote out of these charm packs so that you have a honeycomb tote. I think that'd be really good. I'm going to have to do that. So this is from the Raspberry Summer collection. It's Raspberry Summer Tote. Ooh, I'll have to put a link for that. And then the Bee Garden. We also have this guy here and this guy, the layer cake and jelly roll. If you are interested in large hexies, check out some of Jaybird's Hex and More patterns. Any of her patterns that use hexagons, she always has no Y seams. So she has, you put half hexes together, and the Hex and More ruler is a really, really great and easy way to make all of those things happen. If you're more ambitious and are not afraid of the inset seam, you can go ahead and just cut out hexagons from your layer cake in the largest size possible and put those together. Or you can do it as well where you put the triangles in the corner to turn the hexagons into diamonds. Do you like that? Hexagons into diamonds. Okay. Let me just quick get you that pattern for the Raspberry Summer Tote. With the Raspberry Summer, last week we were playing with the Dresden, which was super fun. I believe all those notions are showing up tomorrow. We're waiting on the more Dresden rulers and all the other goodies. So we'll have more of all of that in store, hopefully tomorrow. Okay. What else do we have? Well, it's been a great week for fabric. And with the fabrics that we got, we also have Itty Bitty Backgrounds from Primitive Gatherings. So this is together as a collection, and you know, honestly, it's really hard sometimes to think of something like as a collection. Like, these are just gorgeous basics, right? But it came out as a collection, and it's a combination of white on whites and white on creams and gray on whites, and just really, really pretty. So we're going to take a peek overhead. We have this in the store right next to the latest Snowman Gathering, so right by Lisa Bonjean's other fabrics. And it's kind of hard to see how these all pair together. I mean, how you can't necessarily see the pattern here, but they're very, very nice and very delicate. I like the small scale of the designs, and these are traditionally printed rather than being the pigment ink. So the more economical white on whites are often pigment inks, and so they might feel a little scratchy or something, but these are more traditionally pieced, so, or printed, so you can't feel the ink, and the ink doesn't lay on top. Does that make sense? Kate's nodding, so I guess I'm doing an okay job at explaining. Oh, so tiny, and I just like, and so, I mean, I've often used the phrase itty bitty, and my voice actually kind of changes when I say that. I'm like, itty bitty. And this is, every time I look at this, that's just what I think. I'm seriously scaring Kate away today. I just know it. All right, so gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous collection, 25 pieces together, and grabbing it, you know, you might not only use this. It would be a low volume quilt if you only used these fabrics. So this is great to just have in the background, to be able to add to whatever you needed, whenever you needed it. And because Lisa does such a great job with her design, I mean, these would just fit right into any of her collections, no problem. So very beautiful. I'm not sure if this is going to be treated as a basic or for how long. So if you love these, you want to pick them up sooner than later. There are 25 different fabrics here. The Fat Quarter Bundle is $87.50. We also have a half-yard bundle that we put together for $175. If you needed a yard tower or such, I would be more than happy to put it together for you. And let me get you a link to that collection. Aren't the itty bitties great? Yes, and Laura, you can never ever have enough backgrounds. You know, so often we gravitate to those focus fabrics, the medium and the darks. And so if you look at your stash, you know, so many of you, I mean, some of you may have a ton of backgrounds, but the majority of quilters only have focus fabrics, mediums, and darks. And so always, always lacking in the good background fabrics. So it's just nice and refreshing to see a beautiful cohesive line that goes together. It is traditional, but I could see how these pieces could play into contemporary as well. All right, so that, I have no pattern inspiration for this. It was shown in the Moda website to also work with the Unity collection, which is the latest collections for a cause. We did not get the Unity collection. It's a beautiful collection, but there's only so many shelves in the store. But I could imagine that this would work really well with any of the Three Sisters. Did we have the 50 years of Moda pack? Did that run away? It also would work really well with that 50 years of Moda pack. And you can see here how this would just play. I think with the, it would work really well with it. Probably can't see with the, I made her do all the work for nothing. But it would work really well with that. So, super fun. I'm so happy for everybody who's joining in, whether you're just joining in now or you've been hanging out with us. Good to see you. What else do we have today? Well, we have Tradition by Moda, or not, by Andover Fabrics. So we had a line last year about this time called Salute. And we have this beautiful quilt in the front featuring all the fabrics. And I believe this is our last kit. So we still have one of these, but this fabric, or these fabrics, would go really well into here. So a nice bright red, white, and blue fabric set. Let's take a peek overhead, and then we'll look at some project inspiration. So nice bright calico prints here, and these are cool reds. That's a little bit warmer red, but all reds go with all reds, right? And these play together. They can work separately. That's an interesting one with the star and the little dot underneath it. Little fireworks there.
Someone asked if they missed the description of the quilt behind you.
Ah, the quilt behind us. We'll circle back and talk about it as a little bit later again. It is Angie's entry into 50 Years of Moda contest. And she's going to be turning it into a pattern for us. So we'll be able to make it either in those fabrics or other fabrics. Tradition. Let me grab you this link, and then we'll also look at some pattern inspiration. So we have 24 fabrics in this collection. The Fat Quarter Bundle is $78, and the Half Yard Collection is $156. Of course, if you are interested in a yard bundle or anything different, please let us know, and we will be more than happy to put it together for you. And then the Americana quilt kit is still available, and that's in the Salute collection. So we still have all of the Salute fabrics as well. And these colors go really well with the Red, White, and Blue collection by Deb Strain that just came in. So we have a whole corner that's dedicated to gorgeous red, white, and blue fabrics, including the latest Minnick & Simpson. So lots of great Americana pieces. So circling back before we go on to the next series, so with our 50 Years of Moda fabrics that we had shared with you, those are the very unique fabrics that were printed for up on fabrics on a bolt. Moda had held a contest inviting customers to celebrate with them the 50 years, and we had sold several packs in order to have some of our customers and friends participate, and Angie completed and submitted this beautiful quilt that is her logo for her business, Big Bear Quilting, and I love how it went together. Super scrappy, super fun, and we have a really fun scrappy binding. So she had shared that she's going to be putting a pattern together for us, and when the pattern is together, I'm going to invite her to share some tips and tricks with all of you for those. So good luck to Angie, and if any of you who are watching submitted an entry, please, please, please let us know, because we would love to feature your work in an upcoming Must Sew TV. And we had also talked about having a show night if there were a bunch of entries. So let me know. Okay, next up, that kind of leads us into, we're going to take a brief moment to talk about our upcoming block of the month. So I have a little bit more information for you. So I've been teasing you for the past couple weeks about this gorgeous sampler quilt. And the reason why I'm saying it kind of ties in because one of our colorways is going to actually be that colorway, which is kind of fun. So let me give you a link to this here, and I'm going to show you a picture. This particular picture is featured in the cover quilt. My favorite color is Moda 2025 featuring Moda Basics. We will be kitting in that, but we have 4 additional colorways that we are going to be featuring. So first, let me give you a link in case if you were just wanting to just sign up right away because you don't want to miss out on any of the fun. Okay, so we're going to be doing this, kicking it off in, well, actually our May kickoff, we're going to meet the last Wednesday of April, since I'm going to be at H&H the first Wednesday of May, and we didn't want to lose anything, so that way you can have an extra week to work on some stuff and prepping for your fabrics and all that good stuff. And then the first Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month from June 2025 all the way to May of 2025, we are going to be meeting as a drop-in on Wednesdays, the first Wednesday of the month, and that is going to be regular business. So starting when we open at 9:30, but we're going to stay open until 7 on those first Wednesdays to give everyone the opportunity to come in and be able to share your blocks, get tips and tricks, all sorts of really great things. So many fun things about this, including our entire Quilties team is going to be helping us and with providing inspiration and tips and tricks. So whether you have new quilters or veteran quilters, you're going to be getting different perspectives on how to put different things together. So that's going to be super exciting to be able to share with all of them as things go together. So what are we all doing? Well, there is going to be a pattern involved. It's a full color booklet. I don't have any in stock right yet, but Moda has different colorways that they have put together that are solid-y or basic-y that they're showing you. There are swatch kits, detailed instructions and layouts for every single block, as well as a coloring worksheet for helping put your things together. So we are putting together, in addition to the cover quilt option, we are custom curating 4 additional collections, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what those are. So the first one is going to be, and this is just a representation of the style, not the exact fabrics, right? Because we haven't pulled the, oh, this is the same, no, these are different. So we are going to be doing what I'm calling a fresh cut. So it's going to be a combination of Sherry and Chelsea and coriander. So we'll be using coriander seeds for backgrounds, and we're going to be doing a deep blue. So color-wise, it will actually be kind of like this, but it will be in these nice prints, but enough of solid to be able to have your eyes rest while you're looking at that. So we're going to be offering the fresh cut, and we'll be showing you more specifics of the exact fabric pull. We just wanted, I told you we would tell you a little bit more about that. The next one that we are going to be doing is going to be just like this. So I know we have a couple questions, so I'm just going to quick go through the colors, and then we'll come back, talk about the questions, and then we'll circle back and do more colors again. Okay, so 50 years of Moda. Obviously not this quilt, but this is a really nice representation of all the fabrics that are in the pack. But we need a little bit more yardage of a couple of the different things. So, you know, borrowing from our traditional Moda friends, like Three Sisters, some Minnick and Simpson, maybe a little bit of Primitive Gatherings in there. Just nice and traditional, but yet scrappy, okay? So traditional and scrappy, beautiful, laying out together. Next one we are going to be offering is Kansas Troubles. So I just pulled a Kansas Trouble pack here just as a representation if you're not familiar with designer names. So this is the traditionally primitive look. So your navies and cranberries and pine greens, caramels, tans, maybe a little bit of black. Okay, so this is how the colors I actually started quilting with 25 years ago, and I think 30 years ago, you know, last year, right? 30 years ago. So I know a lot of you started with colors like this as well. Some of you have just discovered these colors. They are classic, they are beautiful, they're amazing, and we are going to be including a color option with those. We are going to be choosing a Ruby Star Bright. So with our Chatsworth program that we just finished up, we did a warm sort of the warm corals and rusts. And so I thought for this one, we would do some really fun, like bright with a little bit of neon in here. So I'm just showing you representation of some colors. So a crisp white background, including some gorgeous starry, for sure. Beautiful pieces, maybe even a titch of neon in there. Figure out how we can showcase a novelty print or two to make it super exciting and interesting. And you know what? Even figuring out how to put in the warp and weft, which is a woven in there. That'll be super exciting and great. So that will be the Ruby Star Bright. And the fabric as shown here. We are also offering a choose your own adventure because we know that some of you have, you might be saying, oh, this would be great to use with Bee Garden, or I have an amazing stash, or I want to use a different manufacturer, or I want to do Robin Pickens, or who knows what, or I want to do it in primitive gatherings. And since I can't have unlimited kit options, I would be more than happy to help you personal shop for anything you'd like. But we are offering this as a create your own adventure program as well. So what does that mean? Well, the whole basis of the program is the pattern. We're going to have meetings once a month, and we're going to have some exclusive swag. Okay, so what does that exclusive swag consist of? We have an amazing Patrick exclusive quilt along pin, which may or may not feature that block. We also have a fun seam guide that's part of it, a project bag, and some other fun things that are planned for the group. So we wanted to make sure that even if you chose to not participate with the fabric packs, that you could still participate in the program. Now I see Barbara have asked, what were we talking about doing the tips and tricks, right? Was that question number one? So the question is, when are we doing those? Well, we're going to be doing them in store on the first Wednesday starting in June of 2025. We're going to have our kickoff meeting at the end of April, where we'll introduce you to the program, talk about fabrics, all that good stuff. Then drop in. So if you are a longtime Patchwork customer, you may remember a program that we used to have where on Wednesdays we would do rotating demos, just really on demand and essentially on the half hour, okay? Unless of course there's nobody shopping, and then we don't have it. Now for those of you who can't come in, will this be broadcast? Of course we'll have a little snippet that represents whatever that program was, and we'll be sharing it, okay? And so that is how we are going to be doing that. Then, what other questions do we have?
How much is the pack of Moda?
Okay, so Sherry wants to ask how much is the pack of Moda. So the pack, if you're looking for the half yard pack of fabric for this, that is $77. If you are looking for how much for the kit for the program that we're talking about, It is $249.99 for the whole pack. And if you had been a Chatsworth member, we do have a valuable code that is going out to you that you can use against your sign-up fee. So that way you can have great savings as to be able to continue for participating with another project. So, any other question? That's it. All right. So we'll be, of course, talking about that a lot more along the way. I just had been kind of teasing you, and I wanted to share with you now that I have my hands on more of the details to be able to show you how we are putting all of these great things together. Okay. Next up, I wanted to share with you some more fabric. Yay, more fabric. So for our next fabric collection, we are going to be looking at something called the Big Dog Walk. And the Big Dog Walk is a Dear Stella line. And the Dear Stella line, it's so super fun and bright. Quite a departure from all the fabrics that we were just talking about, right? And let's take a peek. So, oh, I love this. So, you know, it's like Clifford the dog. So, you know, trying to keep up with the dogs, right? Painterly style here, super fun. Then we have some dogs with some big personality. Oh, some pink watercolory drawings here of a dog bowl with food, rainbow, a bone. Is that a poop bag? That might be a poop bag. A leash, hearts, dog bed, dog house, some bones, more bones, and some stylized watercolory paw prints. For dog inspiration, there wasn't really anything specific that went with here. I just thought that the dog park pattern by Elizabeth Hartman could be a lot of fun. And not necessarily, some of these patterns might be a little too busy to use within some of it, but I thought, you know, how fun to pick some of these colors, right? To use the colors as some of your dogs, to have very colorful, fluffy dogs. That could be fun. And then you could have, you know, a frame around an extra border and one of these gorgeous pieces here as a back. That could be a lot of fun. So, vibrant dogs, and let me get you the link for that collection. Big Dog Walk. So we put a 6-pack, a snack pack of fat quarters together for $21. If you had wanted, we'd be more than happy to create larger packs for you, but we just want to make sure you could grab a taste of that fabric if you had wanted. All right. And then, well, we have what I'm calling the Up North collection. So we have been, so many of you enjoy the Northwoods, and so we wanted to, we don't have necessarily a lot of outdoorsy, up northy kind of fabrics, and so 6 months ago-ish, yeah, I guess October, whenever that was, so end of the fall of last year, I thought, you know, we probably should have a little section because people come in and ask for fishing fabric or different things, and I thought, okay, let me just kind of curate something. So I'm calling it the Up North collection. We have some first few pieces that have come in from Timeless Treasures. I'm going to show those to you, and then be looking for more additions over the coming months. So let me get you a link for that, and then we'll look at some fabric. And we have a panel to go with this one too. Oh, Karen likes the fat quarter snack packs. Snack pack. Snack, snack, snack. All right, let's look at the panel first. So, oops, and it's not the big dog walk anymore. It is the Up North collection. Up North. Yatter A, right? So this is a timeless treasures cabin rules panel. Enjoy the day, wake up smiling, gather with family, go fishing, start a campfire, listen to the birds, make memories, take a long walk, sleep under the stars. So there's deer and moose and fish and pine cones. Fun stuff. This didn't necessarily coordinate, so as we're building this collection, there definitely will be packs that we're putting together, but right now these are like independent pieces that are just kind of fun. So let's take a peek. We have some loons. I feel like this is the state bird, but it's not really. And technically, are they like not birds? They're birds, but they're not ducks, that's the thing. They're not ducks, they're loons. Then we have Tacklebox. So we have some old and new and, oh, really fun. Looks like Frank's Tacklebox here. Oh, like we're going to go muskie fishing. All right. Then we have a little cabin map here. Swim, camp, climb, fishing. Fox Run Trail. Some deer. A little Weber grill. Canoe. Cabin. Mountains. Well, we don't have mountains here. In the UP we do. I don't know. Then we have this one here. So this is kind of fun words here. All I need is a campsite and a good company. Camping is the answer. Stay at the cabin. An outdoor life is a life worth living. When life gives you mountains, take a hike. Fun. Find your wild side. And then, of course, we need some classic buffalo check, which also works with just general badger things and winter things and. So that is the beginnings of our Up North collection. So I hope you enjoy that. And we have been really working hard to kind of seek out some additional novelty things, because novelty fabric isn't exactly how it was. I mean, you know, everything's changed, but you know, even I think I tell the story of it took close to 6 months to get our soccer balls back in. So I've kind of changed how I'm buying my novelty fabric to be able to kind of pick and choose and put things together, since there isn't necessarily the offerings that there had been, but I want to be able to still share with you some fun conversational prints. So I hope you enjoy those. Did I get you a link for that Up North collection? I did not. I talked about it and I found it, but I did not give it to you. Okay. Next up, I have in my discussion to discuss with you, I have talked with several of you who have asked about upcoming collections and things. So historically, we have not done a whole bunch of pre-ordering, and I'm not quite sure how we're going to be veering into that in the future, but I know that pre-ordering is becoming a bigger and bigger part of some of these huge designer collections. So one thing specifically that I wanted to share with you was some Moda collector tins that are going to be coming out. So one is coming in July, one's coming in September. Wanted to share those with you, that we are getting them, and give you the opportunity in case if you had wanted to pre-order them, because limited quantities are being made and we are then getting limited quantities to be able to sell, and they're kind of one and done. So let me grab a couple pictures for you for what is coming. And this is not a subscription, so you're not required to buy all of them. I'm not required to buy all of them, and I can get different amounts of different ones. So the first one that we did get, and I didn't tell you about this one yet, but I did order Nantucket Summer. So these are pretty fun. Let me make this little caption go away so we can look at it. So there is a custom pre-cut in here, always a mini charm that has the whole collection. Some fun things like little charms, an exclusive pattern to the collection, a little mini version of the cover of the Moda catalog that they had been on. So it's really kind of reminiscent of, like, I don't know, when we were little and we went to the state fair and they always had the little Journal Sentinel papers that were printed. It was always fun to have those little miniature ones. So it's kind of the same kind of thing. So in these particular items, I'm just going to read from the Moda collection, right? So reading from the Moda collection, it says that each tin will include custom artwork for the tin, an exclusive pre-cut and pattern, a mini piece catalog highlighting the designer, a mini charm pack of the fabric collection, a few other exclusive goodies such as a zipper, pulls, notebooks, needle minders, notepads, stickers, patches, and more. And the exclusive pre-cut will make the really cool quilt featured in the photo. So the Nantucket baskets will finish 52 by 52. I have a collection here for you that has the two ones that we're getting. And the other one we will be for sure getting is the Cozy, and this is by Sherry and Chelsea, and this is featuring the Delightfully Yours. So this one is a little bit smaller, and I don't have any insight as to what the fun little things are going to be inside of there. So we are getting the new Nantucket Summers. We are getting Delightfully Yours. If there are specific collections that you're seeing, while we can't get everything, I do like to know what it is that you're looking for. And so if a designer is tapping on your shoulder, telling you to tell your local quilt shop where to get them, give me a holler and we'll see what we can do, get you on the list for getting some good stuff. Also, let me know if there's some crazy yardage that you are looking to get that we can also make sure we can get for you.
Someone asked, do you know pricing?
Oh yes, pricing on each of the tins is $90. So it would be a free ship item for those of you that aren't local or prefer to shop by clicks rather than by your feet. And each of the tins will be $90. So there will not be any variation through the year, at least for the ones that have been released. All right. And there are no limits to the number that you can buy. It's just the limit of what I'm able to get. Any other questions? All right. So, we had a lot to talk about tonight. So we talked about some amazing fabrics, our brand new collection of Bee Garden, so that gorgeous gingerbread collection that came in that inspired our bundle of the week. We also had a solid pack to go with it. We got in the Itty Bitty Backgrounds, which is the latest from Primitive Gatherings. We also got in Tradition from Andover Fabrics, and that is red, white, and blue, bright colors, goes really well with Salute, goes well with some other Americana fabrics. We have a nice Americana area in our store right now, which looks really, really great. We have in a new Up North collection that we are starting. We got in Big Dog Walk from Dear Stella. we talked about this gorgeous quilt behind me, which is an original creation from Angie of Big Bear Quilting. That was her 50 Years of Moda submission. Let's cross our fingers. We'll be hearing back later in the month if she has gotten any prizes or honorable mentions from Moda. And she is going to be working on a pattern for us. If you were looking to still get that fabric, we have it in store. And actually, it's going to be one of our colorways in our My Favorite Colors Moda 2025 block of the month that we are going to be kicking off at the last Wednesday of April, but I'm calling it a May kickoff just because. And then we'll be meeting in store as a drop-in the first Wednesday of every month, starting in June 2025, going all the way through May of 2026. Whew. For that, we will have fabric kit options as well as choose your own adventure. Be looking in the next little bit for more complete fabric picks rather than just the theme of what the words describe. But if you like it just as shown here in their published pattern, we will absolutely kit it just like this for you if you want to make it just like that. And the fun thing about this is that, and I think I forgot to mention it, is that the Moda Blockheads 6 will be quilting along with this pattern, which is super, super exciting. So there's going to be lots of fun. So not just inspiration from us, you know, we may be ahead or behind of their progress, but when you buy the kit from us, you will get everything. So you can work as quick or as slow as you'd like. And it's a journey and not a race, right? So we'll have lots of fun along the way.
Quick question.
Yes, other questions?
Someone asked if we got Woodland Park in.
Did we get Woodland Park in? Woodland Park. Who is it by? Woodland Park fabric. Woodland Park. That is, I'm just seeing if this is a current one. We did not get that collection in. It is super cute. We did not get it. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you everyone for checking in with us and spending some time on your Thursday evening, or if we see you on the recap tomorrow morning or such, thank you so much for joining us. Join us in store Tuesday through Saturday every week and 24/7 online. Until next time, happy quilting, and we'll see you soon.